Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thursday, is it? I believe that's the day's date today. How's everyone doing? I am CounterTop Commander, and we're going to play some Magic, some physical card Magic. Now, if you're looking to learn how to play Magic, I do a stream, or I've been meaning to do a stream on Sundays. I missed last week because because it was Easter and I had some actual like housework that I had to do at kind of last minute before we started cooking. So unfortunately, I couldn't do anything on Sunday. But I am dedicated. I am going to be able to do something on Sunday. And on those days, we do deck building. Sometimes we do, or for the most part, we'll play beginner decks, and I have decks set aside specifically for teaching how to play Magic. But on Thursdays, I kind of just do whatever I want. I do Guild Wars. I do these. This is going to be random decks specifically because we have a Garruk Tribal deck that I actually built on stream. I guess it was probably a month ago or something like that. It's been quite a while. I got 2 games in with that Garruk deck. I did that on another another Magic stream called the MTG Nexus. So you can look them out there. They're pretty good people. They try to play on every Saturday. And sometimes I will join them, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends on what they need. And if I'm able to join them, basically, if I have the time to. So let's go and get started. We are playing Treefolk versus Vehicles versus Garruk Tribal and then a Polymorph deck. So with this Treefolk deck, it's exactly how you think it's going to be. I mean, it's going to turn out to be exactly how you think it's going to be. It's Doran with all of the best Treefolk in the game, basically. And I guess the other thing being that I tried to include only cards that had some kind of like roots or plants or something like that on them, or at least seemed like maybe they could have that stuff on it. So I didn't want to include anything that was really mechanical, like had like machines in it or something like that, if I could help it, or unless it actually showed like plants destroying it or something. So that's how this Treefolk Tribal deck will go. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. So this is a really good card to see, actually. I decided to choose this hand. We need still 2 colors of mana here. Most of the deck is green, but we still need white specifically because we do have Stony Silence, which is going to be really key later on. Now, I'm wondering if this light over here is not showing up like we need it to. Let me see if I can't get us a little bit more light. There, that looks close. That looks a little bit better. It was a little dark there for a little bit, so we are just going to go on the green path. We do have a Croson Grip when we need to, but there should be enough mana help in this deck to be able to get Stony Silence out. And we can do it. Holy crap, what is that doing that? No, it's just the camera's refocusing. I'm going to need to fix that camera. Okay, so we drew a card, Forest, and we will pass to the vehicles. The vehicle deck is, I mean, it has all the vehicle cards in it and all the cards that you would expect to see with vehicles, more or less. We're doing 4 color here. I really like the idea of this, that you use 4 color with these 2 commanders, specifically Cyrus and Akiri. Because Akiri basically by itself can pretty much pilot any vehicle. Just if you play artifacts at all in your deck, you're going to get Akiri's going to be able to pilot them all. And then Silas can help you return them if you lose it. So that it also helps that they're both really cheap. I mean, in mana cost. So we took a really mana heavy hand here, but we do have Devpala. So I was figuring that was probably going to end up being a really good hand for us. So Thopter Engineer, even better. Yep, so we're just going to go ahead and try to, I guess, let's see. Yeah, we're probably going to try to go for Devpala as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and, well, shoot. Okay, so, yeah, let's go ahead and do a Plains and then Soul Ring. So then next turn we can do Sulfurous Springs and get Devpala out. And then the following turn we can see how that goes. Now with the Garruk deck, which is the deck the next deck that we're looking at over here. It's next in line. We're playing black-green, and Chevelle, Bane of Monsters, seem to be the best commander to try to do Garruk Tribal. So we're trying to focus on beasts and Garruk, basically. And something that hunts beasts. Literally Bane of Monsters in its name seemed like a pretty good deal. Now, we don't have like a perfect hand, but it's pretty darn close here. We have 3 mana to get us into a ramp card, and then we have Slaughter. So our Slaughter plus Bane of Monsters or Chevelle is going to be really, really good. Let's see what our first card is. Garruk Harbinger. Yeah. That's, yeah. That's what we want to see. That's what we like. And we'll be able to get it out on the turn before we would need to worry about something like Sky Shroud Claim. And next turn, what we can think about doing is maybe just getting Chevelle out. And it won't be doing much, but I mean, in terms of using its active, like its ability, but we'll get there. People will play creatures. I mean, we have a Doran deck. They're going to play creatures. The final deck that we have is a Polymorph build with Kess Dissident Mage. I wanted to try to build a Kess deck that wouldn't be, well, it's still strong. I mean, you can't get away from it. Kess is always going to be really strong. I just wanted something that wasn't quite what other people were playing. And Polymorph is a build that I really like to have fun messing around with. So Kess allows me to replay spells that create creatures and also replay polymorph effects. So that's what we're going to try to aim for. We have a kind of weaker sided hand, but that's kind of okay because I don't want this deck to really explode too much if possible. But we do have some pretty good stuff here. I mean, Swang Song and Epiphany at the Drown Yard are going to be really useful later on. And then we do have a reanimation spell that we can use. So hopefully we just draw into more mana. That's basically what we're looking for. And that is not what we're looking for. We do not want that card. So let's go ahead, and we need the blue mana, so we're going to go ahead and Evolving Wilds into an island, and then pass the turn. There we go. So hopefully, like I said, we're just looking for getting up to 4 mana, basically. That's what we want to see anyway. So let's see. We do a little bit more shuffling. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this Polymorph deck. Like, it seems really close to being a really good build, but at the same time, really good build and too domineering is probably where I don't want it to be. So I can't fine-tune it too much because it'll be too good, and I can't let it be too lax because then it won't, you know, you won't get mana, or I won't get any draw spells, or, you know, just something silly that can lock me out of the game if I don't draw enough of them. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So let's get back into Treefolk. This is a deck that I've actually had around for quite some time now. Forest. So, yep, we're just Bosk Banneret, give ourselves some more mana, essentially. And maybe hopefully cast this great Oak Guardian sometime later in the game. Yeah, I've had this deck for a while. I like the idea of Treefolk. I like a lot of the cards in it, especially their art. I really like the art for Treefolk. So, I don't know. It's a fun deck to play around with. Okay, so let's see. Vehicles. And one with the machine. Okay, I could probably work around with that. So let's go ahead and play this Sulfuric Springs, and we will get Defala out of our hand here. I said Depala. So now next turn we have a choice of, we may just pile all of its mana, all of the mana that we have into it. I don't know. I kind of want to get out the Thopter Engineer if I can, but I guess we'll see. So we do lose a life for doing Sulfuric Springs. Let me see about life totals, though, because let's see, aha, there we go. That looks good. Okay, so, yeah, vehicles, you lost a life. So here we go. We've been using this, this MTG Nexus life counter app It's been pretty good to us, so I'm just going to keep using it. It kind of gives all of the different life totals, and actually, let me move it just a little bit over. Nope, we want it right there. There we go. Yeah, so that way you can see the command. You can tell how many times a commander has been cast and stuff like that. Okay, but for now, let's just take it off the screen. Move on to the Garruk deck, and the Garruk, like I thought, is going to get to slaughter. Nice. Sorry, the swamp is what we want. We're going to get to Chevelle this turn, and we'll have slaughter in our hand to be able to take out Defala when we want to. And that's kind of the really cool thing about this card is that Chevelle, we gain 3 life and draw a card when we kill a creature, and Slaughter has a buyback of 4 life. So basically, in the exchange, we pay 4 mana and 1 life to draw a card and kill a creature, and that's really, really, really good, honestly. That's all we're going to do. We're going to press onwards to the Polymorph deck. It's a Polymorph card, so that's good, but it's not mana, and we really want the mana, unfortunately. Let's see. We could Epiphany at the Drown Yard here. It'd be a really lame one, but at least it would be something. We could get through a couple of cards. So let's just go ahead and do that. Well, 1 blue, 1 black. Epiphany at the Drown Yard for 2, so it's X. X is 1, but it ends up being +1. Let's see. So we separate into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of those piles and put that pile into your hand, the other into your graveyard. So what do we got? Okay, yeah, that's our piles. I mean, that would be our piles anyway. So let's say Treefolk, what do you like from us? So the Treefolk is probably going to say, probably the Silent Blade Oni into our graveyard and Eater of Hope into our hand. And the reason being that I'm doing that way is because, yes, we can kill creatures, but they don't have any creatures out right now. Hey, Loppy. How's it going? How are you feeling tonight? Well, I mean, it's tonight for me. Maybe not. I think it's morning or afternoon for you, right? Let's see. So I would choose that way with Treefolk because the other 2 decks, I don't really know what they have, and I don't really want Silent Blade Oni to be able to take over that. So Eater of Hope seems like the better to give the Polymorph deck at this point. Oh, you just woke up? I would like to have said I just woke up, but I've been up for a while now. It's it's nearly 8 p.m. where I'm at, so. Let's see. So Treefolk. What do we get? Another forest. Well, at least we'll have a lot of forests. That's for sure. Okay. So, unfortunately, we don't have the colors of mana that we need to cast Doran, and we don't have anything for Stony Silence, so I think just holding off and not doing much this turn is probably what we're going to do. Yeah, actually, we're doing all right. It's, I don't know, it's kind of been an average day. Lots of work that needs to get done. Still things to do on the house that I've been putting off. How about you? How have you been doing? Let's see. So with vehicles, we're going to draw a card, and it is a plains. That's okay. So let's see. Chevelle is almost certainly going to target us with a bounty. So what do? We need to play a land first. That's for sure. Do we do anything else? Because we could get a really big Defala this turn. I'm wondering if... See, I don't know that that's necessarily what we want to do, but it would be a good setup. So maybe we do Crumbling Necropolis. Let's see. If we swing at Chevelle, almost certainly going to... I would think that they would probably block. Maybe we attack the Bosk Banneret. Maybe we attack the Treefolk this turn. Okay, so when we declare Defala as a... well, when it becomes tapped, when we pay X, so we're going to pay X equals 4. So if we do, we reveal the top X cards of our library and put all dwarf and vehicle cards into our hand. So we didn't get any vehicles at all. Okay, that's okay then. Oh, I hope she turns out okay. I'm sorry that that's going on. Ugh, that must be really tough. I know that I won't want to have to deal with that right now. There's been enough going on with me that I won't want that to happen either. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay, so I think the Treefolk are going to go ahead and take 3 damage here. They're not going to block. They want their creature. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Garruk. Back to Garruk. So, during our upkeep, I think we're going to put a bounty counter on Defala. Let's see. Let's go and do this. We got this little like snake coin right here, so we're going to use that as our marker. And that was during our upkeep, so let's draw for the turn. Yeah, draw for the turn. It was a swamp, so we're looking pretty sweet right now. Let's go ahead and get the Garruk's Harbinger out so that we can take down some other stuff, maybe, possibly. It's sometimes okay to be a little delusional. Hope that everything's going to be okay, but I really do hope that everything turns out just splendidly. And it's good knowing that she's rough and tough and she can take it. So, okay. We can attack with Chevelle. It's just 1 damage. I don't know. I guess let's just wait. We'll just wait with we'll just wait with Chevelle and pass the turn. We'll be able to attack with Garruk's Harbinger next turn. Okay. Polymorph. Untap. Draw. Swamp. Spamp. Okay, that's actually good because that means that if we get any color of mana at all, if we get any mana whatsoever, we'll be able to do Dread Return and get something out of our graveyard. So that's really good, especially because we also will be open to doing Mystical Teachings. So I think we hold off and just have the Swan Song in our hand to do backup. To play backup, and we will pass back to the Treefolk deck. The Treefolk. The Black Ints. Well, there's the Black Int. Let's play a land. Unfortunately, we're not really looking like there's anything that we want to get rid of. We actually need to draw 1 more mana. No, wait. We can play Great Oak Guardian next turn, actually, so that's pretty good. I mean, it's not like super strong, but that's still pretty good to be able to cast that, so we will pass the turn. There's nothing that we want to do yet. Untap. Upkeep. Draw a card. Arcane Sanctum. That's good. So at this point, let me think. We could do the Arcane Sanctum. Yeah, let's go and do Arcane Sanctum. Then we will tap these 3 for Thopter Engineer, which will get us a 1/1 Thopter. Let's see if we have a Thopter, actually. I think we should have one. Should have one somewhere in this mess of token boxes that I have. Let's see. Those are not Thopters. Where are my Thopters? Do slivers, emblems. Those aren't. That isn't. Those aren't Thopters. I know I have Thopters. I'm just complaining because they weren't in the place that I looked immediately. Come on. Well, those are servos, but they're not Thopter. Okay, there we go. Jeez. I was like, what is up with this? Not every single type of token are in these boxes, and I can go get the other boxes that have more tokens in them, but... Okay, we have a Thopter. We are going to attack. We don't want to attack Cheval. Let's do 3 damage towards the Polymorph deck. Why not? And because it comes tapped, we will pay 2 mana. And let's look at the top 2 cards of our library. No vehicles, no nothing for that matter. They're supposed to be randomly, but it's like, how can you randomly do this? Can't randomly do 2 cards. Okay, so that means 3 damage towards the Polymorph deck. And let's see. Oh wait, we needed to do this. Okay, 3 damage. Haha. Okay, that was it for our turn. We're going to pass. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be insignificant. We're unlikely to actually go all the way through the deck where the randomization would matter too much. So it'll be okay. Untap. Upkeep. We have a creature out with a bounty on it, so we draw a card. It is Pelucranos Unchained. Ooh. 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 That's looking really good. Okay. 4 mana. We are... Deals damage to a player or planeswalker. Nobody has a planeswalker out. Let's see. Unfortunately, I'm kind of thinking, let's go after the... Yeah, we're going to go after the Treefolk deck. And they're not going to block because they want their Bosk. So they're going to take 4 damage, and this is where we're at now, actually. Okay, so they took 4 damage, so we get to look at the, let's see. We look at the top 4 cards of our library. We may reveal a creature or Garruk Planeswalker card from among them and put it into our hand, then the rest on the bottom of our library. Oh. 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 Okay. So, yeah, we're going to reveal Garruk Cursed Huntsman and put it into our hand. Let's see. Then we put the rest on the bottom of our library in a random order. Here's our random order of... I don't remember what these cards actually were now. Yeah. It's a pretty good one. Let's see. Oh, you mean the life total? Yeah, the life total is pretty cool too. Let's see. Okay, so we have 4 mana. What do we want to do with it? Actually, at this point, we could kill the creature, the Depala over there, but really, if we do the Sky Shroud claim right now, then that actually allows us to play the Garruk next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. So 2 forests into play, any forest. So I think we may have a dual land in here. So let's see if we do real quick. Oh wait, does this count as 4? No, okay. I think we may have the snow dual land in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that gets put into play. Let's see. After this... Oh, wait. Garruk is tapped. Why am I... That needs to stay tapped. Let's go ahead and finish shuffling. There we go. We have 1 mana up. We don't have anything to do with it, so we're just going to... I think we'll just pass the turn and be done with this deck and move on to Polymorphs. Polymorph, come on. Give me that 1 last mana. That is not mana. I need the mana. Gives it to me. Yeah, I think that... I think here we actually get rid of Massacre Worm because we have 7 cards in hand, so we have to discard because there's nothing else that we can do. So I think we just do that and pass. And it also means, let's see, Swan Song. No, we can't get rid of Planeswalker, unfortunately. So we need a proper counter spell for that, and unfortunately we don't have it. So we'll just let them make do. Okay. Next turn. Let's see. A forest. Well, it's not a... It is not really quite what we want, but we really want 1 other color of mana at this point. We really want to get Doran out. But that's okay because we have Great Oak Guardian. So we'll trounce somebody if they try to do something to us. Or do something in response to getting attacked, basically, is probably what we'll more or less be doing. Okay, so vehicle's turn. Untap. Somehow amazingly I've lasted with Depala. Daredevil Dragster. Nice. Okay, perfect. That actually is really good. Because I think we play an island. Let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3 here. We will play Daredevil Dragster, then we will cast our commander, one of our commanders. We'll cast a Kiri from our command zone. Crumbling Necropolis gives us the red that we need. And then we are going to go to attacks, which means that we can do Arcane, we can do Depala's ability again. And we can also activate the Daredevil Dragster. So, let's see. Okay, so our attacks are going... Well, we need to activate... We need Crew 2. We actually have 3 artifacts, so Akiri is able to activate the Dragster, and the Dragster has haste from the Thopter Engineer. So, Depala is going to go after the Polymorph deck, and the Dragster is going to go after... yeah, let's just go after Garruk for 4 damage. So... Let's see, the Polymorph deck is going to take 3 damage for sure. Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So now Garruk. Is Garruk going to block? And see, I'm kind of wondering if we need to start doing slaughtering next turn. And start getting rid of cards that players have. Let me think. I guess we're taking 4 damage. Okay. So we took 4 damage. Oh, and we were supposed to do a Kiri, so that's 2 mana. Reveal all Dwarf and Vehicle cards. There's none there, so... There we go. Randomized. Okay. And I think that that is it for the turn. It kind of leaves us vulnerable, but being able to do... Oh, wait, no. We need to... On the Dragster over here, we need to put a counter on it. So that... Oh, wait. I need to do this so you can see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we get a counter on the Dragster, and if it dies because it has 2 counters on it, then we'll sacrifice it and draw 2 cards, so that'll be good. And we can always get it back with Silas on another turn, our other commander. So we will pass to 2 to Garruk Duck, untap, draw a card. It is Serolf, Realm Eater, one of the other cards I was considering for this deck. So let's go ahead and play that. I guess we should have thought about killing something. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we will cast Slaughter with buyback 4 life, targeting Defala. So we will lose 1 life overall, taking us down to 35. We kill Defala, so Defala will be Gonzo. And then we draw a card from the bounty counter. I think that's it. We drew Deadly Tempest, so that's a nice card. Slaughter goes back to our hand. We could, if we had 1 more mana, then we could do something about... if we had 1 more mana, then we could slaughter something else, but we wouldn't get any advantage out of it, I think. So let's see. We do have Hunter's Insight, so that is a card we could play, but I'm kind of thinking we just hold off with that. Maybe we attack with Garruk's Harbinger. We do need to start whittling down their life. So let's go ahead and attack with Garruk's Harbinger. The other reason I'm doing this here is because they don't really have any blockers this turn. And I kind of want them to try to block with their Thopter, so the Thopter can't attack Garruk on a following turn. Now, that being said, does the vehicle deck... The vehicle deck knows that as a Garruk, but does the vehicle deck know that that's my ploy here? Because we do, as far as the vehicles are concerned, the Thopter isn't really doing anything, and blocking the ability for Garruk's Harbinger to grab another Garruk card might be useful, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to block with the Thopter. And that just means that we are essentially done for the turn, and we're passing to Polymorph. Now, come on, Polymorph. Now's your opportunity to redeem yourself. Draw land this turn. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards here. Heart of the cards. No. Of course not. Okay. Well, shoot. I guess we're discarding a card and passing. It sucks. Okay. Treefolk at the end of the Polymorph's turn is actually probably going to go ahead and cast this big Treefolk spell that we have. I know that sounds like a little bit of a waste, but the reason that we're doing it is so that we have something else. We don't have to hold up mana continuously for that. So let's go ahead and draw a card. Treefolk Mystic. Oh, that's not too bad. We still need other colors of mana, but at least we can do Treefolk Mystic and Corrosive Grip. So let's go ahead and do the Treefolk Mystic, and we'll have 3 set up to be able to destroy an artifact or enchantment when we need it. Let's see. Let me go and remind myself a little bit. Enchantment, instant, sorcery. Okay, good. Okay, so do we attack? And I think that we do kind of want to attack. The vehicle deck is actually the highest life total right now at 39. Did we? Yeah, we've been counting that right. Yes, because we haven't been really attacking. The Harbinger has just attacked it for the first time. Okay, so we are going to swing for 4 damage at the vehicle deck. The vehicle deck is not going to block. They don't want to give up their Thopter Engineer. So they're going to take 4 damage and go down to 35. And we are going to pass the turn. with the knowledge that we have a Corrosive Grip available to us. So, untap, upkeep, draw a card, and we have Skilled Animator. That's not too bad. We will play a Plains. So yeah, the Skilled Animator, what it does is it makes an artifact into an artifact creature with power and toughness 5/5 as long as it remains on the battlefield. So that's pretty good. We really need to draw cards this turn though. So let's separate our mana a little bit. Let's go ahead and do this. So we will cast one with the machine to draw 3 cards because that's the highest converted mana cost we have with this Daredevil Dragster. We got Mox Opal, Mountain, and Counterspell. Oh, interesting. Oh wait, I think we already played a land, so we can play the Mox Opal. We don't really have anything else to do though. So, do we hold up mana for Counterspell or do we play Silas this turn? Because if we play Silas this turn, then it means we can recapture it with Daredevil Dragster. I mean, we can recapture Daredevil Dragster next turn, like immediately next turn, because of our Death Touch. I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's the play, but then again, we are looking over there and there's the whole Garruk that could come out at any time, so let's go ahead and hold off on that. Do we attack now? I think actually let's hold off because we can use this Daredevil Dragster in defense and still get the effect that we want. So we'll do that. So it is Garruk's turn. We will, come on, untap here, upkeep. We get to put a bounty counter on something. So let's put the bounty counter on, we can't put it on the Dragster. Let's go and put it on a Kiri. And we will draw a card for the turn, and it was Survival of the Fittest. Holy crap. Okay. So we could kill a Kiri this turn. But I'm wondering now that there's no Thopter if we go ahead and attempt to cast Garruk. Cursed Huntsman. Yeah, let's go ahead and try to do it, because this whole deck is meant to be about Garruk, so let's go ahead and try to cast it. We will leave our Woodland Chasm untapped. Unfortunately, there is a counterspell over on this side over here with the vehicles. They're going to go ahead and counterspell the Garruk. So no more Garruk. Now, what else do we want to do, if anything? We have 7 cards in hand. I'm kind of thinking we hold off. We do want to be able to do Garruk. I guess we could push on Garruk's Harbinger to get us another Garruk, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe we just hold off on it right now and set up some other stuff for us. Especially with Slaughter and Chevelle, that'll be really good. So we're going to go ahead and pass the turn, and we'll just, because we know that they can, with a vehicle, hold up and wait on things. So we're not going to do anything else. Okay, Polymorph, come on. Well, that is a land, so there's that at least. Now, what do we do with it? I think the answer is we go ahead and Dread Return here. Thank you, Cuckoo Clock, just in time. We are going to... Let's see, what do we actually get rid of with this? Because I'm thinking maybe, actually, we want Prince of Thralls this turn. Yeah, I think we do Prince of Thralls. That seems a little weird, but... No, wait, no, no, because they're just, Chevelle is going to get rid of it. Do we even Dread Return then? That's a good question. We need to get Slaughter out of their hand. I guess maybe we just go and do this, and then when they put a bounty counter on Prince of Thralls, then what we'll do is we will Swan Song it. So they can't do it this turn. Oh, I mean, like, let's see. Let me see how Chevel's ability reads. At the beginning of your upkeep, okay, yeah, so it's an intervening if ability, which means that at the beginning of the ability and as it resolves, opponents have to have no permanents with bounty counters on it. And since this activates at the beginning of the upkeep, yeah, we're going to untap and then upkeep the ability will go on the stack. So it basically won't even trigger, essentially. So yeah, we're good with Prince of Thralls, and then we'll just hold up mana for Swan Song. That works for me. Come on, Treefolk. So let me think. Does Treefolk actually want to blow up anything? I don't think so. There's not really anything to blow up with the Croson Grip. So untap, draw a card. It is another card that needs different colors of mana. Wow. What is this? Game, come on. Come on. Come on, I need it. I need you to do stuff. We can attack, but Prince of Thralls kind of throws that into a bit of a weird wonky place. So let's go ahead and wait. Okay. This vehicle turn. Untap. Upkeep. Draw card. Bludgeoner's Brawl. It's the silliest card in this deck. Have you ever wanted to see cars pick up other cars and bash each other with them? Oh, it's so good. Okay, let's see. I mean, I don't know. It makes sense to play Silas here, so let's go and do it. We will use Mox Opal, because we have 3 artifacts here, so we'll use Mox Opal and an island and a plains to be able to cast Silas, because he only costs 3 mana, which is freaking amazing. So we'll cast Silas, and then artifacts we have haste. Let's go ahead and do red and Soul Ring, and we will cast Bludgeoner's Brawl. So now we can equip things to or artifacts to other artifacts. So we are going to, let's see, do we do that? It's kind of wild, but maybe that's what we do. We can't return anything with Silas, I guess. So that part of it doesn't necessarily make any sense, but it still feels like something really funny to do. So I'm going to go and pay 3 so that Bludgeoner's Brawl allows me to equip a Daredevil Drax, basically a motorcycle. Well, I guess, let's see. I guess it's still more like a cart, like some kind of fast zoomy car. And so now Silas is a 5/2 with Death Touch. So we're going to swing for 5 damage at somebody. We're going to swing at, let's see. Actually, do we go after the Polymorph deck? Because they have the Prince of Thralls, and they might actually not want to take 5 damage. So they'll block with Prince of Thralls and lose it. Ooh, that might be tasty. I mean, we could go after our nemesis, the Garruk deck, but I kind of think that we go after... I think we go after the Polymorph deck. That seems more dangerous to me. Okay, so 5 damage to the Polymorph deck. Are they going to take that damage? Are they going to take it? And honestly, I think that they would. I don't like it, but that also means commander damage here. Ouch. 5 commander damage. So is there anything else that we want to do? Not really. And the awesome thing about this is that we can still pilot the vehicle at a moment's notice with the Kiri to be able to make our Daredevil Dragster into a blocker. So, yum yum. Let us pass to the Garruk deck. Garruk is going to go. Very sad that it didn't have a Garruk Planeswalker out. So untap, draw a card. Oh, Garruk's Uprising. Nice. Creature you control of trample. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, actually, so yeah, we can do both Slaughter and Garruk's Uprising. So let's go and do that. We're going to go ahead and we want to get Prince of Thralls some turn. Well, maybe do we get it now? See, I really don't like Akiri, but I really like Prince of Thralls less. Hey, Metal. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. Oh, I just looked over now. I'm sorry, I was focused on playing, so. Yeah, I got into Magic. Well, I played Magic actually as a kid for a little bit, but my parents didn't like us playing it because we always got too rowdy when we played it. We'd always get my siblings and I would get mad at each other. Um, so they wouldn't let us play, but then they would let us play Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So yeah, so then we moved on. I moved on to Magic in college actually. Bought my own cards and did my own thing basically. It's great that you're able to show up. I'm really glad that you're here. You can hear me, you can listen to me babble on about Magic for another hour or something. So let's see. We're slaughtering. If we slaughter Prince of Thralls now, we don't get the benefit. Let's go and do it. We'll kill Prince of Thralls. We'll just lose 4 life. It's not really a good. It's not all that great. It's putting us down to 31 life. So we're the Garruk deck there. So we're buying back Slaughter, and then we'll play Garruk Uprising so that we have the. So I have the Trample. Now the question is, do we attack anything? And we could attack and try to get our hands onto another Garruk, but I still feel like holding off is probably better than not. So let's go and hold off. And we will just pass the turn. Like 20 years ago. It's changed a little bit since then. Do I still play a lot of this with friends? It's kind of a little difficult. I do like to play Magic with friends whenever I can. The problem is that the format that I play is like there's different types of rules, kind of like additional rules that you can play by. And this particular format has a specific type of rules that's really about casual play and hanging out with friends and everything like that. But the problem is that kind of mentality for playing this format was, even though it was designed that way, it's been years and years and years since that was really the mainstream thought on how to play this format. And so everything got a lot more competitive. And so it's hard to just go out and find a good group of players who want that kind of casual feeling. Most people out there just going out to a game store want something that's a little bit rougher. So it's been kind of hard to find a group that I can play consistently with. Now there is a group that I sometimes play on Saturdays, on their stream, but that's about it right now. I used to have 3 different groups that I play somewhat off and on with, but let's see. Ideas Unbound, not a card I wanted. Now we can definitely. Well, actually, let's go and do this. We'll Mystical Teaching, and that will be able to get us an instant card or a card with flash. So we'll use that to grab ourselves something that we can draw some cards with. So we just had to find one. And I swore that I had some stuff in here. Oh, this is sorcery crap. Sorcery. Oh my gosh. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, there is one. Okay, anticipate. So we get to do that, reveal it, and put it into our hand. Anticipate. Look at the top three cards of your library. We put one on our hand and the rest on the bottom. So hopefully that'll give us into another. There is, yes, there is Magic Arena. But the problem with Magic Arena is that it's only the newest cards. They don't do any old cards whatsoever. And the reason that they don't do any old cards is because old cards complicate things. It makes it a lot harder. The other thing being is that Magic Arena is like every other online quick game that you can find, like a mobile game. Essentially, they're going to try to wring you out out of as much money as they possibly can, as often as they can, and it's kind of like I did that with Pokemon Go. I don't really care to do it with Magic, so yeah, the programming gets really really complicated. They still technically, well, there's Magic Arena, but they do arguably have some attempt at more of a full Magic experience. The unfortunate thing is that it's essentially so buggy that often they can't even hold tournaments because the tournaments themselves will bug out. So yeah, I don't do any Magic Online anything at all. Like if I was like exceptionally desperate, then maybe. But the good thing about how many cards I own in Magic is that I can essentially turn. I have the cards I have the cards available that I can essentially turn it into a board game. So like where you might have a board game night with friends, I can do that except it'll be Magic cards. So it kind of works out a little bit better for me. I just have to find people that can actually commit to it, and considering what's been going on, it's hard to do that. Oh, some of the new Yu-Gi-Oh has some of the old cards. See, I played Yu-Gi-Oh when it was like first coming out, and um, when all of the cards everywhere were broken, and they just like couldn't figure out how to make not broken cards. And you would get like, I mean, an Exodia deck, you would run like 4 Pot of Greed or whatever, and you would essentially draw your entire deck in a single turn and then go, yep, there's Exodia. Yeah. I I I love the ridiculousness of Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's hard for me to like fully get behind it as a full game, I guess. I don't know. I have a tough time with it. So let's go ahead in natural order. We'll get rid of this Treefolk Mystic. Let's find just like a crazy good. It has to be green creature, yeah. So that's not really that big of a deal. Probably Dauntless Dower Bark, but let's go ahead and see if there's something else that's better. And I really don't think that there is. Oh man, no. Oh crap. Oh my god, there's so many good tree folk. Oh my, no, no, that's not fair. That's not fair that they all can be so good. Oh no. Nice. Uh, yeah, in Magic cards we have something like that. There's like at least 8 5,000 count boxes that are completely full, and then there's over 100 of these 100 card decks. So yeah, we have a lot of Magic cards. Let's see. Oh, do we get Timber Protect? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is really crappy because Dauntless Dower Bark is a crazy strong tree folk. But we could get Timber Protector, which gives all of our tree folk indestructible. But then we could get Faber Elder, which would essentially allow us to cast all of our other. And Mirror Entity? Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, because we can't get Mirror Entity. Okay, so. Because if we do Dauntless Dour Bark, it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 with Trample. But Timber Protector makes it so that all of our... I think we do Timber Protector. That's a tough decision, man. That sucks. So, yeah. So, I haven't ever owned Winged Dragon of Ra or Obelisk the Tormentor or Slifer the Sky Dragon, but I really wanted to. I saw when you could start buying those cards, and my problem with them is that the regular Yu-Gi-Oh cards don't have any of the cool abilities that those God cards have in the show. So I was kind of bummed that they were just kind of normal cards. And see, since I played with my siblings, they weren't going to be like, yeah, of course you can use this card that has some overpowered ability. No, you're going to have to use the actual card. But yeah, I actually, with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I think I could get behind playing a, like if they released a Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Switch, I might be tempted to play that. That might be something I would be interested in, just because it's it's silly enough that I can accept it as more of a video game than as a card game. Can't do Magic because I can never. I don't think they'll ever make a computer program that actually shows legit, magic, magic combinations and things. So let's see. Do we attack now? I mean, we have indestructible things. Although they are going to probably try to get rid of it with the stupid shovel. Hmm. I mean, I think I should consider starting to attack. It just sucks. Let's see. What are we at on life totals? Let's see. So we're second highest. Garruk and Polymorph are down pretty far. Vehicles, though, have managed to get around not having to take any damage, but they do have... Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter that they have a 4/4 vehicle right now. Maybe I just go ahead and attack with my 4/5, now 5/6 Great Oak Guardian because of Timber Protector, and it doesn't matter if they block. So do they block? That's a good question. And I think they actually do. And the reason that I say that is because if they block now, then they get to draw 2 cards from... Well, no, wait. No. Because it'll take enough damage to die, so no, we don't want to do that. Okay, we're just going to take 5 damage from the Treefolk. Okay. That brings vehicles down to 30, and we keep trucking along. So, untap the Silas, who's still equipped with the Daredevil Dragster. Draw a card. Island, not what we want to see. Okay, so let's play an island. Let's do this and Soul Ring, I think is what we do. So then we cast Skilled Animator and turn Mox Opal into a 5/5 creature. And that stays a 5/5 creature until Skilled Animator goes away or Mox Opal dies or something like that. You think of Warhammer 40k? Yeah, that's why I don't play Warhammer as well as Magic. Because one hobby is enough. Okay, so let's see. Polymorph is not a threat now. We do want to do something about the Garruk deck. I think we attack the Garruk deck with Silas. And unfortunately, the Treefolk is indestructible. Let's see, how many artifacts do we even have now? So we have... Akiri is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Is a 4/3. It's not a lot of damage, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and keep the pressure up on the Polymorph deck. So 5 damage from Silas. and 5 damage from the Mox Opal. So the Mox Opal is going to go through and deal 5 damage to the Polymorph deck, taking it down to 24. The Garruk deck, do they block? That is a good question. Do they block? Yes, let's go ahead and block. We're going to go ahead and block and take out the Silas with our Garruk's Harbinger, and that will kill Silas, unfortunately, but we don't take any damage, so that's a good thing. Okay, so we are done for the turn. It's a 5/5. Let me stack these a little bit like this. Okay, there we go. And we will pass the turn. Yeah, it might be fun to do some of the figurine stuff, but maybe one day later. Maybe if we get a 3D printer and print out all of the ones that we want. Untap, upkeep. So there's a bound encounter, so we draw a card. Oh, Force of Despair, nice. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will go ahead and cast Slaughter here. Let's see. Let's switch this around. Let me think. I want to do that. Double black, just in case. Okay, there we go. So we will slaughter the Akiri, which will mean that we lose a life and draw a card. Yeah, we can still do that. Okay. We are at 30 life. Akiri is dead. Both of their commanders are dead, so that's nice. We need to... This was buybacked. Let's draw a card, and it was Summer Bloom. Awesome. Just perfectly exactly the card I was looking for. Which was absolute sarcasm, if you couldn't tell. Let's go and do this. We will do Survival of the Fittest. And do we want to get rid of anything in our hand? And I don't think so, but we do need to discard a card for the turn, so we are discarding Summer Bloom. That's very unfortunate. Oh, I guess we were supposed to draw a card with Garruk's Uprising. That's okay, we missed it. We have the ability to do Force of Despair if we need to, so it's at least something to keep in mind. Okay, so we will pass the turn with not attacking anything. Let's see. Oh, you like the mech aspect of 40K? Have you seen there's a horror movie out there, Loppy. I don't know whether or not you've seen it. It's Event Horizon. Have you seen that horror film? Let's draw a card. Well, that is good. That's like 50 turns too late, but that's okay. So we'll do Corrupted Graphstone into play tapped. We will do Anticipate. Let's look at the top 3 cards. We really want a land card in here. That will do, and we'll play that land card. Put these on the bottom, and Anticipate will go there. That means that next turn we will be able to cast Kess, and we'll be able to actually do something for once. Okay. And we'll be able to cast Kess because Corrupted Gravestone taps for colors of mana for what's in our graveyard. So we have Prince of Thralls, which gives us any color that we need for our deck build. So that's good. So you might consider looking into Event Horizon because if I understand correctly, technically Event Horizon and it's like, it has the guy from the original Jurassic Park movie, the raptor dude. So that's what you're looking for. And it has Lawrence Fishburne in it as well, I believe. So the Morpheus from The Matrix. It has the 2 of them, and it's like a spaceship horror film thing. Well, from what I understand, the events of Event Horizon almost perfectly mirror how some of 40K lore started. Like some of the lore for space travel in 40K mirrors that with the events of Event Horizon. It isn't exactly the same, and neither of them actually borrowed anything from each other. It's just that they're just surprisingly coincidentally very close or very similar for some reason. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, same Neil as the Jurassic Park guy, right? Okay, we're going to pass to the Treefolk. The indestructible Treefolk. I didn't know that he lived in New Zealand. That's pretty cool. I don't really know where Hollywood people typically live. Untap, draw a card. It is a forest. Holy crap. Okay, well, we are so if we could just get freaking other colors of mana. I mean, it's intentionally very heavily leaned green, but it's like still I should have gotten. You have a very large Imperial Guard army. Nice. Do you have a faction that you just don't like whatsoever, or do you kind of do you kind of enjoy all the factions? It's just that Imperial Guard is what you really enjoy. Let's see. So we could attack. Do we attack? Let's look at. Oh, you don't know the full size? Okay, vehicles, Garruk, Polymorph. We're all pretty equal, but let's see. Do we go after any of them? I mean, we need to. So let's see. Yeah, let's go and attack for 5 damage again. Let's go after the Garruk deck. I'm just going to say Garruk. And I think the Garruk deck is going to go ahead and take the 5 damage. It's not pretty, but it is what it is. And I say that just because we want to keep targeting things with Chevelle, and we're going to get a good strong creature out next turn, so it's just going to, we just have to take it right now. Okay, vehicle time. Vehicles, are you going to do anything? Untap. Upkeep, draw a card. It's a land. Crikey. This is not great. Not turning out quite like I wanted. Because this is an, let's see, 1 more mana. That gets us Silas again. And then we can go ahead and, well, we have the haste, so we could just go ahead and pay 3 and re-equip Daredevil Dragster. So let's go ahead and do that. And we want to attack. Demons, super bugs, and or I mean, superhumans and giant bugs. You fell in love with the humans. That's fair. I could see. I could understand that. Is there, now that being said, is there a Doom guy type character? Because, I mean, if there is, you pretty much sold me on humans as well. Let's see. Yeah, let's just go ahead and try to attack with Mox Opal and Silas Wren against the Treefolk. So then that's 10 damage coming their way. I think this is when the Treefolk says, stop that silliness. And they're going to Krosan Grip the Bludgeoner's Brawl, which means that the Daredevil Dragster actually falls off. So then Silas Wren is just a 2/2 with Death Touch, and Mox Opal is a 5/5, but Tempered Protector is a 4/6, so the Tempered Protector blocks them Opal, doesn't take any damage. Bosk Banneret blocks Silas Wren. Silas is only a 2/2. Bosk Banneret is a 2/4, so Silas does die. Okay, well, that was a thing. An unfortunate thing. So vehicles will pass the turn, and Treefolk lives another day. Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad. I mean, Doom Guy. Can you fault me for wanting Doom Guy? Our bounty counter is going to go on Timber Protector because we definitely need to get rid of that. Draw a card, Wild Growth. That's pretty good. Let's do 1 to enchant a land with Wild Growth. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's try to. We didn't play a land this turn. So let's try to do. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's do this. We'll tap these 4 to cast Polymorph Unchained, which comes into play with 6+1/+1 counters on it. So it is a 6/6, and because it came into play, we draw a card from Garruk's Uprising, which is not a land, but it is Maelstrom Pulse. So let's go ahead and tap 1, 2, 3. We'll Maelstrom Pulse the Timber Protector, which means that we gain 3 life and draw a card, and it's a forest, so let's go and play that. Nice, nice. That worked out pretty well, actually. Okay, so what else do we have to do? Not much. I think we just have Polymorph out. We can use Survival of the Fittest if we need to. We also can use Force of Despair if we need to. And we're set up to slaughter something else next turn, so that's really good. I'm really enjoying the Garruk deck. It's turning out pretty well. I mean, it's turning out pretty well because we got all the cards that we wanted, basically. So, draw a card. It is a swamp. A swamp. We'll go and play it, and let's see. Let's go ahead and play Kess. Unfortunately, we don't have the mana to do really anything else this turn, because all we have is black mana, which, again, is sort of crazy. Okay. Take an Inquisitor as a detachment because they have a demon hunting arm. Sadly, no one in my area has demons. Well, that's unfortunate. Is demons unpopular, or is it just because is it a hard army to build, or just turned out that way, basically? We will pass the turn unable to even do Swan Song. Okay, so Timber Protector is dead. There's that. Need to untap. Treefolk, come on, guys. Come on. Just a little bit of help here. Just some other color of mana. That is not a different color of mana. Okay, well, Treefolk is kind of stuttering as well. That's sucky. We just have to pass because there's not really anything we can attack into effectively, like really effectively, and it's better that we just keep stuff up for blocking. Untap, draw a card. It is Phyrexian Rebirth. Wow. Is that what we do Phyrexian Rebirth? I don't see why that would be a good thing. Okay, we are going to let's see, actually. So we've cast Silas twice. We've cast Akiri once. So we're going to cast Akiri, because it just costs 2 more. We're going to tap it to power the Dragster here, the Daredevil Dragster. Then we're going to swing with the Dragster and also swing with the 5/5 Mox Opal. So the 5/5 is going after... Yeah, let's go after the Treefolk deck with 5/5, and the 4/4 is going after the Kess Polymorph deck. So let's see. Kess is not going to block. Okay. Yeah, especially. So we're just going to lose 4 life. The Treefolk... Do they block here with Mox to just... This is really tough. We could destroy the Mox Opal here and now, but then they would just play Silas and get it back. Oof. We'll take 5 damage. That's putting us down. So now we're almost all even right now. We're pretty close. Polymorph is the only one that's taken a little bit more damage. So let's see. At the beginning of, let's see, at the end of combat, if it attacked or blocked this combat, put a velocity counter, and then if it has 2 or more velocity counters, sacrifice it and draw 2 cards. So we're sacrificing that and drawing 2 cards. We got, oh my gosh, Darksteel Forge and Ruinous Ultimatum. Okay. Those are cards. Let's see. Do we play Silas now? I think we wait on Silas. Let's wait, and we can decide what to do next turn. Okay, so that's all we're doing. We are passing the turn. Seemingly weak and inadequate. Hard army to build an easily counterable. Tends to turn into a meat grinder. Oh, okay, that's too bad. Let's see, untap. Upkeep, we get to bounty counter something again. Do we take out Kess? I don't think we do anything with the Treefolk stuff. We really could take out Kess this turn. It seems like something we'd want to do. Just to throw the continue to throw the polymorph deck off so it doesn't have access to the draw spell and stuff. Yeah, let's go and do that. It's mean, but I'm going to do it. Draw a card. We're kind of like far enough in that we need to start killing things. Let's see. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to pay 4 again and slaughter the Kess, which means that we lose a life and draw a card. And it is a forest. We'll go and play that forest. It's not really what we want to see, but that's okay. So, Garruk, 27. Kess is dead. Kess can be recast, but it just means one more turn that it gets put off. I guess we could do something like, we could look for a 5-cost card. Let's go and do that. So we're going to pay 1 to activate the Survival of the Fittest and discard Seraph of the Realm, or Realm Eater, I should say. We get to look for any creature card, reveal that card, and put it into our hand. So, ooh, there's some really good cards here that I could choose. Spiritmonger, Vulturous Zombie. I kind of wanting to do the Vulturous Zombie just because it's such a cool card. Let's see. Regal Behemoth. Ooh. Ooh. I am not sure about this, so let's go and just go with a card that I don't usually get to play or see. So, Loppy, does that mean that the bug deck is, or not deck, the bug army is sort of the easiest, or is it just people have other human armies that are able to grind yours up really well? And that's sort of the thing with me, is that whenever something's on the line competitively, that's when I just do terribly. I played in a tournament where I lost 1 game, and with Magic, I mean, I lost 1 match and placed just under where they were passing out prize packs and stuff. That's just how my work lucks out, is that luck works out is how I should have said that. I just, every time, that's how it tends to go for me. Okay, Vulturous Zombie into our hand. We're going to go ahead and cast Vulturous Zombie. Let's see, do we want to do anything else? Let's see. It doesn't have haste, but it is going to start getting stronger pretty quickly. Do we attack with Polukranos this turn? I think we do. I think we do go ahead and attack. Let's go ahead and attack the vehicles. They're the closest to, like, having something decent to take us down. I guess we could have waited on the... I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack. We'll attack and... Let's see. We'll attack vehicles. I don't think the vehicles flush you with bad aim. The vehicles at 30, they could take 6 damage and retaliate next turn. So maybe that's what we do. Let's go and take 6 damage here. Vehicles, anyway, are going to take 6 damage. Okay. Have you done anything with Battletech? I've heard a lot of people say good things about Battletech. It's just another one of those, not really sure if it's something that I want to get in fully into. You know what I mean? Untap, draw a card. Mountain, finally. Something more. So let's see here. We could actually, oh my gosh, could we like really just annihilate somebody this turn? We could really bang on vehicles or Garruk this turn. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to... we want to leave up a blue mana. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to leave up that blue mana. We're going to cast Molten Primordial, so then when it enters the battlefield, for each opponent gain control of up to one creature that player controls and tap it, and those creatures gain haste this turn. So Polymorph. Then we're going to grab the 5/5 Mox Opal, and then the 4/5, not that one, Great Orc Guardian. Okay. We could just have them attack one other player, but I really want to see about taking out the Garruk deck if I possibly can. So we're just going to go all out on the Garruk deck. So... let's see, that's 12 damage. Well, it's 10, 16, 21 damage right there. Sucked you in their wallet deep. Okay, so what do we want to block with? I mean, Vulture Zombie is probably going to block something. Let's block one of the 6/6s for sure. I guess maybe we just get rid of Chevelle this turn as well. Or do we, let's see, do we Force of Despair? Yeah, okay, so we're going to Force of Despair here by exiling Deadly Tempest. And that means that Molten Primordial will be dead. We will block 2 of the creatures. So we're going to block the Mox Opal and the Polymorph. So we're only going to take 4 damage. We're only going to take 4 damage, and Chevelle and the Mox Opal are going to be destroyed. Well, the Vulture Zombie is as well, but over there. But we get our Polymorph back, so this is going to be into play tapped like this, and Mox Opal over there. And I did that because I really want to get rid of that Mox Opal, basically. Okay, so we're going to... oh, wait, no. No, this is like the perfect opportunity to... Swan Song. No, I don't... yeah, this was the perfect opportunity to Swan Song. I should have been thinking about that. Okay, so they get a 2/2 bird. They still have blockers. We still have Mox Opal over here. And we still have... we're rolling it back because Molten Primordial didn't die. So, okay, so let's see. We said 4 damage on Garruk. Let's regain that so they're at 27 again. Okay, so Chevelle needs to block something. I think in this case, this is where we use Chevelle to block Polymorph to kill it. And then we use Vulturous Zombie to block the Primordial, and we take 9 damage. Because otherwise we take 10. So I think that that is what we want to do. Is 9 damage. And that puts us at 18 life. And then the turn ends. That goes there. Treefolk goes back to Treefolk. Polymorph goes into the graveyard. Or does it? Ooh, wait a second. Oh, no. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. It actually doesn't die. It prevents the damage, so it only takes 1 damage. Or, I mean, it removes 1 counter from it. And this way we can use it to fight something. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. I keep forgetting about that fight ability. Oh, well. Treefolk time. Treefolk time. Woodland Primus. Okay. That's a good Treefolk. What do we kill with it? Yeah, so 8. That's 7 and 8 with Box Banneret. So we'll Woodland Primus to destroy the Mox Opal. That's what we do. Bye-bye, Mox Opal. Okay. Let's see. We have the ability to deal 4 damage. Who do we want to deal 4 damage to? Vehicles. Yeah. So vehicles are getting attacked. They are going to block with the skilled animator because its target is dead now. So they'll block. And... oh, wait. Non-creature permanent. Ooh. I guess no, because they'll still have a tapped Mox Opal. Okay. This doesn't destroy creatures. I was thinking all permanents. Or non-lane permanent is really what I thought. We'll destroy the survival of the fittest just to stop that on the Garruk side. Okay, so 4 damage though is still coming at the vehicles deck. They're going to go ahead and take it. Because they know what they're about to draw. Or what they're about to play. So we're going to untap over here. Untap, draw a card. It is Grand Architect. That's nice. Okay, so let's play that. I mean, play a land. Let's play... with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. That's all we need for Darksteel Forge. So now all my artifacts are indestructible, indistinguishable from their indestructibility, right? Okay. So yeah, now we have an indestructible 5/5. That's going to be good here soon. We are going to pass the turn, not doing anything else. Okay. Garruk's turn. Untap. Draw a card. We got a Garruk card. Nice. Let's do 1, 2, 3. We are going to fight the Molten Primordial and remove that many counters from Polymorph. So Polymorph is dead, and so is Molten Primordial. Then let us say 6 mana to 6 mana and 6 cards. Yeah, to escape it. So let's say Sky Shroud Claim that, Maelstrom Pulse that. Is that enough? That's 5. This is 6. Okay. So now we done did the exiling, and we get a Polymorph that's a 12/12. Where's another die of the same color? Well, I don't know. It'll be okay. We'll do that. There we go. 12-12. Pass the turn. Now we can start stomping something. And actually, we do draw a card from a creature with power 4 or greater. Oh, nice. Champion of Lambholt. That'll be really good. Okay. Pass the turn to Kess. Untap. Draw a card. It is Brainstorm. Could be good. Let's go ahead and cast Kess again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is that how we want to do it? We need a blue mana for sure. Okay, so that's how we have to do it. So we're going to choose Kess. Then during each of my turns, I may cast an instant or sorcery card from my graveyard and exile it. So we're going to tap this for blue in order to cast Anticipate. And we will look at the top 3 cards of our library. Oh, nice. So we maybe Transmogrify is the card that we want to do. Yeah, we will put this into our hand and these on the bottom of our library. And that means we will pass the turn with Transmogrify in our hand and the ability, probably the ability to cast, yeah. What we'll be able to do next turn is we'll be able to do something like Dread Return on... Did I get rid of... Oh, I haven't discarded Grave Titan. That's unfortunate. Do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? So no, not quite enough. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out. We may Molten Primordial and then steal somebody's creature and sacrifice it essentially with Transmogrify. So untap, upkeep, draw a card. It's a swamp. So we can do something here, but we still need Stony Silence is really what we want. Okay, so we are going to pass the turn. Okay, Indestructible Artifacts turn. I'm trying to get done with this. We've gone on for quite a decent amount of time. We should start clearing up here soon. So, nice. Adara Express. 8/6 with Menace. That's good, especially since we have Indestructible and probably we should have the ability. Yeah, Crew 4. Yeah, okay, we definitely can do that. Okay, so Soul Ring and 1, 2, 3. Is that enough? So it's, yeah, it's 5. So we have a Adara Express. We need to start taking things out as quickly as possible. So let's see. We need 1, 2, 3, 7. So we need 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so wait a second. We need 3 white mana. So that's 1, 2, 3 white mana. We need 2 red and 2 black. So we need to exchange this a little bit. So let's do it like this. Yeah. Oh boy. So 3 white, 2 black, 2 red. We take 1 damage to cast it, but we get to cast Ruinous Blast. Destroy all non-land permanents our opponents control. Where are we at vehicle-wise? We are at 19 life. Okay. So let's see. Let's reveal this a little bit. Ruinous Blast. So all of these get destroyed, although this comes back into play, destroy target non-creature permanent. We are going to destroy... Let's see. Do we try to target... This is Persist ability, so we need to do a -1. Let's see. Do we try to destroy Adara and force them to activate it this turn? Or do we destroy... Let's see. We could try to destroy Soul Ring this turn. And no, wait, we can't. They're all indestructible. So we need to destroy a land. So let's go ahead and destroy the Crumbling Necropolis. Okay. Kess is dead. Polukranos is dead as well. So, where are we at on life totals? Okay, so we have the ability to deal a decent amount of damage this turn. Let's see. Because we We really needed the ability to not have to tap a Kiri. Let's see. Well, let's see. How many artifacts do we have? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not too much. We don't want to tap the Mox Opals. Okay, so that's okay. So let's go in and tap a Kiri. Then we have 8 here. We have 5 more, 13, 14, 15. So we can swing 15 damage at somebody. Do we swing it at Garruk just to try to take them down this turn? I think maybe we do. We're dealing with 19 life. Woodland Primus can attack us next turn. I think I'm okay with that. So we're going to go ahead and swing all out, deal 15 damage to Garruk, and almost kill them. Yeah, it's real close. Okay. We will pass the turn. Pass. Untap. Upkeep, draw a card. It's a swamp. Let's see. Swamp. We don't have enough cards for that. So maybe we 1, 2, 3, 4 play Chevelle. Then let's go ahead and do Garruk. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 6 this way. 6 that way. To play Garruk, we will activate his ability, bringing him up to 6, and we will reveal the top card of our library. It is not a creature, so it gets put on the bottom of our library. That's okay. We will pass the turn. Must kill the vehicles. Untap. Draw a card. It is Rakdos Signet. Well, let's go ahead and Grave Titan. I think that's what we need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we will also, let's go and brainstorm. No, well, let's go ahead and get the mana out. So at least we have a little bit more mana. We got 2 zombies. We should have zombies. I'm just going to use dice to make things quick. So we have a 2/2 zombie and another zombie. There we go. Those are our zombies. Pass the turn. Treefolk, the only deck with creatures out. Actually, we should have done Tragic Slip. That's okay. Oh well. They didn't attack us. So let's draw a card for the turn. It's a forest. Not what I wanted to see. Let's play the forest. We could attack, but we really would like to Tragic Slip something, because it's the only way to get through the indestructibility, and we can take out the Adara Express if we need to. I mean, they can get it back with Silas, but at least something for a turn. Like, literally just one turn. Okay, untap, draw a card. It is Thoughtcast. Nice. So, we do have 4 artifacts in play. Let's go ahead and Thoughtcast. We'll draw 2 cards. Orsov's Signet and a Swamp. So let's get that Signet out. Let's play the Swamp. We will need this and 2 more mana and 2 more mana on top of that to cast Silas again. But he's indestructible, so that's always good. Okay. Then we can also play Grand Architect from our hand. So let's just try to empty our hand out as quickly as possible so that maybe we can do something about this. Okay. Thank you, Cuckoo Clock. We need crew 4. So, does Silas... Can Silas get anything back this turn? Yeah, I can get back the Daredevil this turn if I'm careful and sneaky. Okay. So I do really want to take down Garruk. I just need to deal enough damage to him, really, is what I... Well, I actually just need to attack him with the Dara because he can't block that. So that's enough to kill him, but we need to figure out how we're powering it. So other blue creatures we control. Okay, that's nice. So actually these 3 creatures by themselves can power the Adara Express. So that's Adara Express. So we have 3 other creatures. We really want to attack with the Opal and Silas. So who do we want to try to take down next? The Polymorph deck is really looking like it needs a bit of a beating, but we also want to remain indestructible for other stuff. So we want to hang something back. So maybe we leave back Akiri, we attack with Silas, and if we're going to attack with Silas, who do we attack? And I think we, well, it is kind of getting, it would be problematic for all of that stuff. Maybe we attack with Mox Opal instead. That would be enough to take down Woodfall Primus, so let's go and do that. That leaves 2 creatures up, one of them indestructible with Death Touch. So we can destroy the Grave Titan if it comes our way. And Akiri does pretty well blocking as well, so that's always good. Especially, oh, it's First Strike Vigilance. Ugh. I should have actually paid attention to that. Okay, so that means Garruk takes 8 damage. They're done for. They are dead. They got Das Boot. Okay, so Woodfall Primus is definitely blocking the Mox Opal. And then because we had a creature die this turn, I am going to Tragic Strike. Or Tragic Slip. And destroy the Adara Express. And the way that works is because it gets -13, so it goes around indestructibility, essentially, because that's a state-based effect rather than, just like damage. Damage wouldn't kill things, but in this case, the minus ability does. Okay. So that is it for vehicles this turn, and we will take out the unfortunate Garruk deck. You were the first to fall. You did really good, though, and I really enjoyed playing this, actually. Which means that it's more likely sometime in the future that I'll play it again. Didn't get to do Chain Veil with a Planeswalker yet, but we're getting there. So sooner or later, we will get there. Very close. Couldn't get a Garruk to stick, really. Okay. So that's off the table. Let's move over to Kess. So, Kess's turn. Untap, draw a card. Garruk Leviathan. If only that had been like a different turn. We can really screw up the artifact deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 is enough for Garruk Leviathan. We're going to go ahead and leave 1 blue up. Garruk Leviathan bounces everything to everybody's hand except for land on non-land permanents. So I think that does screw me up a little bit, but that's okay. Those go into my hand. That means I can discard things at the end of the turn. I have 8 cards in hand, so let's go ahead and get rid of Grave Titan here. Because next turn we're going to absolutely transmogrify the Garruk Leviathan, because then we'll also have the ability to return it if we need to. Okay, that shut off the artifact deck for a turn or 2. So, untap, draw a card. It is another swamp. We'll go and play it, and we will pay 3 mana to cast the Black Oak of Adunos. Let's see, what else do we have? I think that's it for our turn, so we're going to go ahead and pass. I'm trying to keep these straight, but then I screw up a little bit. Okay, so the artifact deck got so many things. So many things. All of this into our hand and more. Where is other stuff? Those things go into our hand. Okay. Untap, draw a card. It is Tormod's Crypt. You are done for. I'm Tormod's Crypting the Polymorph deck. They cost 0 mana to do that. So let's see. We want to 1 for Soul Ring, Mox Opal, 2 more for the Signet. Then how much mana do we have? We have 1. Well, we have, let me think. We have 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then we'd have 2 mana left over. Can we play anything else? Let's see. Not really. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll have 2 mana left over, but it means that we have Darksteel Forge out again. So whatever happens is going to be really good for us. Okay, that's good. That's good. There's just a tree with Defender, and the Polymorph deck's entire graveyard got removed. So that is a lot of bad. So it's whatever they have in their hand, essentially. So untap, draw a card, and it is a mountain. Let's go and play that mountain. Let's get back some of the things that are in our hand. Well, actually just one of the things, basically. So we're going to Rakdos Signet. Let's swing for 5 damage at the vehicles deck. So vehicles -5, they're at 14 life. Then on our second main, we are going to pay 4 and cast Transmogrify, exile target creature. That creature's controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. Butcher of Malakir, that'll be great. So now whenever a creature I control is put into the graveyard, each opponent sacrifices a creature. That's going to be really good really quickly. Okay, so in that case, let's go ahead and... Actually, I guess did we... it's okay. We will do that for Corrupted Graftstone and a play tapped, and we will pass the turn. Pass the turn to the Treefolk. The Treefolk drew Reach of Branches. Actually, well, no, that's not like super great. Okay, so 5 mana, Reach of Branches. We get a 2/5 green Treefolk Shaman. And I don't think that I actually have... I know that I have that token somewhere, but just for the sake of time, we're going to do this. Tree. Int. 2/5. There we go. Okay. So we have that, but we don't really have anything else. We could do... Well, let's switch this around. So let's tap a black, tap this tree, be able to... Well, let's see. No, that doesn't matter. Okay. We will pass the turn. We're going to have to wait until we draw more forests, because apparently that's all we're going to draw this game. Untap. Draw a card. It is Prototype Portal. Okay. That's a card. If only I hadn't just dropped all of my artifacts. Like Soul Ring. Oh man, that's so crappy. Oh well. That's okay. So, let's say this and this for Thopter Engineer, which gets us a 1/1 Thopter. We will pay 1/2... Let's see, we'll do it like this. So we want the blue, but then the swamp will activate the Signet. We will do Skilled Animator to make the Thopter a 5/5. Then let's see. We want Silas and Rin. So let's do 1, 2, 3 for Silas and Rin. And do we have, well, did we, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Actually, I guess let's go ahead and switch this around a little bit so that we can play a Kiri this turn as well. And we'll sacrifice a Kiri for the Butcher Malakir because we want to take down that that deck over there, that nasty deck. So we're going to swing with 2 creatures over at Butcher Malakir, so they will take 7 damage if they don't block. Yeah, we're going to take 7 damage. That puts us down to 13 life. Ouch, the Treefolk deck is at 28, but it's like the Polymorph deck keeps posing so much of a problem that you can't ignore it. You know, that kind of thing. Ugh. Untap. Upkeep. Draw a card. Jin Cataxis Core Augur. Okay. That's a card. Let's see. But we do want to... 2 other creatures. Let's see. We really want to look at what the top of our library is like. So let's go and brainstorm. Draw 3 cards, put 2 back. Lots of land. Let's put 2 land back. Do that. How much land do we, how much mana do we have? So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is enough to recast Kess. Let's go ahead and do that. And we need to see if we can. No, we can't. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to do this. We replay Kess, which means we have another blocker to do something with. To deal with Butcher Malakir. Okay, so pass the turn. The Treefolk. Oh, and I guess artifacts did return an artifact to their hand. They are going to return Adara Express, almost certainly. They will prototype portal that. That was supposed to happen with the Silas and Ren. Okay, untap. Upkeep, draw a card. It is Grove of the Guardian. Nice. If only I could do something with that. And it's not a forest, so I don't get to return Reach of Branches, so I'm going to pass the turn. Polymorph. No, not Polymorph. Vehicles again. Untap. This is in my hand. Untap. Draw a card. It is Consulate Dreadnought. Holy crap. Okay, well, if Adara Express wasn't so freaking good. Well, I don't, that's a good point. Good point that I can't do all of them all the time. Crew 6, 7, 11. I really want to do, I think I'm going to do this. Soul Ring, that's 3, 4 for prototype portal. We'll do Adara Express here. Let's see, 5 mana to make a copy. So here's 5 mana. Yeah, 5 mana. Tap this, make a copy of Adara Express. So there's one of them. It will have haste. Let's see, what else can we do? We will... Tap 1. Do we... tap 1 for Consulate Dreadnought? No, I think we tap 2 more. 4, is that enough? Yeah, okay. Tap 2 more for Grand Architect. And what we'll do is we will... Well, let's see. I guess we do need to get rid of the Treefolk ASAP as well. So Akiri is going to do Adara Express. And then we will have the Thopter go after the Treefolk to take them down a couple of life. Okay, so Adara Express is attacking. It is a 8/6. So it has Menace. So if the Polymorph deck wants to block it, they need a double block. So I guess they're going to double block, which means that Adara gets to choose the order. So they're going to attack the Butcher Malakir first with Kess second. And that means Butcher Malakir is going to die, but then we get to choose what we sacrifice. So we're going to actually sacrifice the Grand Architect is what we're going to do. And the other 5 damage is going through for Treefolk. So they're going to be at 23 life. Okay. That is the end of this turn. Yeah, so we don't really want to play anything else. Okay, so Butcher Malakir is dead. He's dead, Jim. Untap. Draw a card. What is this? An island. Not great. But I do need blue mana, so it's something sort of at least. Oh, well, I guess I did have a blue mana in my hand. We really need to do something about creature stuff. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. 7 and 4 is 11. So let's go ahead and do that. We will... Basically, we have plenty of colored mana to be able to do Eater of Hope and then Transmogrify that. So... what creature do we get? A good creature, hopefully. Somewhere a creature. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, Magmatic Force. Well, that's pretty good. Shovels the rest into their library. Okay, that's fine. Magmatic Force. That's going to go really far really quickly. Okay. I'm happy with that. We're going to pass the turn with that. Actually, do we... Let's look at this. Okay, vehicles is really, really low. I think maybe... Well, we do want to be able to... We need a block. We need to block something. We may have to tank Adara. And then... see what happens next turn. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we're passing the turn. At the beginning of the upkeep, Magmatic Force is going to deal 3 damage to vehicles. Okay, Treefolk. Draw a card. Dauntless Dowermark. How convenient. Yeah, Dauntless Dowermark is a big boy now. Let's see. What a forest. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dauntless Dowermark is an 11/11 with trample. Wow. Okay, that's a good card. Slightly. Untap. During this guy's upkeep, they're going to lose 3 more life, be down to 8. Okay, draw a card. It is Ancient Den. Okay, well, that being said, We really need to do something about this nonsense. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to 4 and 5. So that's 5 mana to tap Prototype Portal and make a second one of these. And then we are going to... Oh, wait. We're going to tap a Kiri to pilot one of them. We're going to tap this Thopter. 5. Yeah. To pilot the... No, wait. Let's see. Yeah, we need to do... I think we need to do the Thopter. Okay, so that's enough to pilot the second Adara. And then we're going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I need 6 mana. Okay. 6 mana there. We're going to cast Phyrexian Rebirth, destroy all creatures, and then I get a creature that's the size of however many creatures died. So Skilled Animator died. This Thopter guy died. So did a Kiri. So that's 3 creatures. 3 Treefolk died. So that's 6. And then 2 creatures on the Polymorph side died. So that's 8 total. And 2. So, well, actually, let me do it like this. I like it like this. So we have an 8/8 Phyrexian Rebirth here, which I guess I should have thought about. Oh, well, that's okay. So now, what do I want to do? I think I go ahead and kill... I deal 8 damage to the Polymorph. No, wait. The Polymorph... I need to attack with both creatures. So that's 16 damage to the Polymorph deck and 2 more towards the Treefolk deck. So Treefolk takes 2 damage. And Polymorph is out of the game as well. So we're just at vehicles and Treefolk here. So let me turn to Treefolk. We're so close to getting done. So very close. Untap. Upkeep. Draw a card. These guys are all dead, by the way. These are all dead. Unfortunately. Okay. I drew a card. It was Fabro Elder, which isn't really enough because we still somehow managed to not have gotten a white mana at this point. We should have natural ordered for it, honestly. Okay, well, that's all we can do this turn, so we have to pass, which means that Artifacts is going to get a big free turn here to do whatever they want. So untap, draw a card. It is a island. So what do we want to do? Oh, Silas could have returned something. They probably would have returned this Daredevil Dragger to our hand. That was last turn. Let's play Ancient Den. Let's get a Kiri out again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's enough to cast it. We're kind of like, it doesn't really matter how much mana. So we're going to play a Kiri. A Kiri can power up one of these expresses and we can attack with Phyrexian Rebirth. So that's sort of half of these. One of these is tapped. One of them is untapped. So we'll just do something like this. That is 16 damage towards the Treefolk. They are at 5 life. What's going to happen? I have a feeling that it's not going to be a Wrath card next. Just saying. Dreadwood Treefolk. From your graveyard to your hand. That's odd. So 5, 6 gets us Deadwood Treefolk with 3 fading counters. Oh, that's not a very good one. 3 fading counters. We're returning Timber Protector to our hand and recasting it. So now at least we have something indestructible. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, it doesn't matter what we do. I mean, that's pretty much the best that we could do. I guess we could do Dauntless Dour Bark, but I'm not sure that it matters really. So we do that. We save 1 mana, but what essentially happens is we go back over to these vehicles. We untap. This is 2 now instead of that, and this. Draw a card for the turn. We have Silent Submersible. So we can go and play that. I mean, we can essentially play out our hand at this point. 2, 3. That's those cards, and we will go ahead and get the last vehicle out. So this is 4 mana here. But what's going to happen is the Treefolk only has 8 or 5 life now. We tap the Kiri and Phyrexian Rebirth to power up both the Adaras. They have Menace, so we swing for 16 damage. They can only block one of them. 8 minus 5 is less than 0. Ooh. Oh, look at that. 8 life. That's how close the vehicles were. Wow. Wow, that was close. There's probably a little bit of different plays that we could have done, but man, that was really close. Oh, well, I think that pretty much does it for me tonight. I mean, that was a really good game. I'm actually kind of thinking that I'm going to do a game that I'm going to call Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and I'll do this vehicle deck again. I may do another artifact deck that does the Thopters as the airplanes deck, and then I have a colorless deck that's just kind of bent around its commander, which is not really a train, but at the same time would definitely feel like a train if you got hit by it, if you know what I mean. Wow. Okay. Hopefully that was interesting enough for everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this game. I'm going to go and close it up, so thank you all for watching, and I'm going to try to play on Sunday, so hopefully I'll catch you there, and I will see you next time.